Hello folks, it is July 31st, 2017. It's a Monday and it's time for your weekly video. I returned yesterday from a quick 2-day jaunt out east to go visit my folks, and they always are telling me come out and visit these thrift shops or reuse it shops as they call them out east, and to do some record digging. So I've sort of paid them a visit and did a little shopping. So I'm back with, as you can see, 101 records. So we'll probably take the next couple of weeks to go through these and show these. I like to try to keep the videos short so they keep your attention span and not to overwhelm you with the history lessons and all that good stuff. So I got a small stack. These are kind of like the stuff that I, oh, you might have saw the back one. Should I save the best for last? I guess I will. Now I'm gonna randomly put it in here somewhere in the middle. There we go. All right. So I'll show you some of the stuff I got. Most of the stuff, I would say the most expensive record that I got was $5. Everything else was either 50 cents, probably to $2, I would say was the average. Plenty of records coming in at $1.50. I'll try to tell you the total, and maybe we'll tabulate and see. But I would say the next couple of videos are going to be just me going through this stuff. I had a conversation earlier with my brother about what I should do for the video, and the weird privately pressed stuff. He suggested that I don't show it all in one video. So so we're going to start with this one. This one was $2. Let's go ahead and put it on the calculator. $2 it is. This is Tanglefoot, which they sort of look like, to the unsuspecting eye, that looks like they could be maybe like a Grateful Dead kind of thing. A couple of things kind of drew me in. Obviously, the large amount of people that were in the band. It's from 1979. But on the back, as we learned through this channel, all the train spotting that you do, it was produced by Paul Rothchild at the Elektra Sound Recorders in Los Angeles. Of course, if you know anything about Elektra music, as I do, and I hope as you've learned, he of course produced the Doors and I think Janis Joplin and lots of plenty of 60s psychedelic bands. So I said, hey, for $2, let's go ahead and check it out. So I listened to some of these. Most of these ones I'm showing you, I have listened to them. So at least I won't be like, hey, I bought this, hey, I bought this, hey, I bought this. Not so good. I would say maybe a swing and a miss on this one. I'll probably listen to it more than once, maybe record it, and then whatever. The best way I can describe it is sort of like a country rock band, sort of like, I don't know, maybe 38 Special, sort of in that kind of vibe, fronted by Michael McDonald, and that's sort of what it sounds like. And it's hard. I can't, looking at the liner notes, there seemed to be maybe a Christian leaning here. There seemed to be, the lyrics kind of seemed to be heading that direction, but I don't necessarily think that that's there. From what I looked online, which Tanglefoot's a pretty hard thing to look up on the Googler, because there's some sort of pest control product. So it was kind of hard to find stuff about the band. So, but anyhow, swing and a miss, I think. Not that good. Interesting sort of, privately pressed piece. This one I had, but again, $2. I couldn't, of course, this is, as many of you know, this is like one of my favorite albums of all time. This is the Four Seasons Genuine Imitation Life Gazette. Many of the songs were written by Jake Holmes, along with the Four Seasons. It was complete, $2. And, a long time ago, I opened up a sealed copy of this, and, of course, it's if somebody can find one of these that's not a cutout or a punch-out or a promo, please let me know, because I think every single one of these, it did that badly, that it just was, most of these ended up in the cutout bin. But it's awesome. It has like this little insert. They make fun of, all the rock bands and stuff like that. It's like, this is just like super elaborate super elaborate thing. It's a super clean copy, so I'll probably pass this on to somebody else. But $2 for that, so we're up to $4. The next one, I found this at an antique mall. It's definitely in a Blake sleeve, without the squeakiness, those. Yeah, this was interesting to find. Again, this is one of those little gems that you may know from my channel. And of course, the old glass orchid, I talked about this. So this is switched on Bach. Of course, our friend Wendy Carlos, Walter Carlos at the time. But this is the alternate cover with the sitting Bach. Most of the ones that you see, he's standing up. So this was sort of the early. This is how you know you got an early pressing of that. See, I'm so excited about this stupid stuff. This was in an antique mall for $3.74. I don't know, not sure. Sales tax 6% here. Maybe that has something to do with it. I'm not sure. The next one, this one was $1.50. This was also at the antique mall. This is Jeff Walker, Drifting Way of Life. This is on Vanguard. This is a really clean copy. I'm sort of like getting into him after getting that Circus Maximus record. Of course, this is his, it's folk music, Mr. Bojangles. So, very cool for that one. All right, so this is the one that was like, the gem here. And my dad even made a comment. He was like, "Oh, $5," as if I kind of like paid too much for it. But this is Terry Reid, Seed of Memory. This is like super rare, like beyond rare. This is like easily like a $40 or $50 record, and this was like brand new. Like I couldn't believe it. I knew it was worth money, but I didn't realize like how much it was worth. This is his 4th album, so there's Bang Bang, and of course the Terry Reid one. Terry Reid, if you don't know anything about him, he sort of was. He could have been in Led Zeppelin. That could have been him, but it ended up being Robert Plant instead. So this was definitely one of the gems of the weekend for sure. Another fun one. This was $3 for this one. This is Nick Lowe. In the UK, this is known as the Jesus of Cool. Here, it's the pure pop for the now people. Of course, Nick Lowe was in Brinsley Schwartz, Rockpile, did stuff with Elvis Costello and Graham Parker and the Rumor, and probably best known for Cruel to Be Kind. But this album is really good. So It Goes, I think, was one of the tunes off of this that's good. Breaking Glass, the other one. I just love how he's has like a Riddler suit on the back of that. But another cool find. It was only $3 for that one. This is another one that in my sick and twisted musical taste, I could not pass this up. But this is Scott McKenzie. Stained Glass Morning. This is his 2nd album. So Scott McKenzie, best known for If You're Going to San Francisco, Wear Flowers in Your Hair. He was in a band called the Journeymen with John Phillips in the early '60s. John Phillips went on and did, of course, the Mamas and the Papas. But yeah, it has some pretty good folks on this. I was reading. I listened to this briefly. It's all right. But Barry Maguire's on this, so there was sort of kind of has like this Delaney and Bonnie sort of country rock, California country rock vibe to it. Probably a couple listens and it'll be pretty good. But $3. I'm not sure if we added that one up or not. All right, so the next one, $3. We go ahead and put that on there. This was one that like it's weird because I've like never seen this before, and then I saw 2 copies in the same weekend. So. The other one was $1, but it was kind of, beat up or whatever. But this is John Sebastian live. This is on MGM, which is weird because there's, he was he on reprise or whatever you want to say. There's Red Eye Express, Darling Be Home Soon, The Younger Generation, and this isn't the El Cheapo one, the other one. It's the live one. So this is something different. So the track listing is different. So I've never seen this before, but John Sebastian, Love and Spoonful, kind kind of trying to like you know, round out my collection of their stuff. So that one was cool. This one was sweet. I saw 2 copies of this. This is another one that like I've never seen before, and then I saw once, and then I saw it again. The first one I saw that was like $2. It was just in terrible shape. This one's okay shape. This was $3. Little cover's a little banged up, but Memphis Gold. So this is Memphis Gold Volume 1. This is like a Stax compilation. This is like the early Stax. So Sam and Dave, Hold On, I'm Coming. What else is on there? Otis Redding, I've Been Loving You Too Long. Rufus Thomas, Walking the Dog. Bootleg by Booker T and the MGs. So this is really cool. I thought this cover was just really, you know, for a Stax record, it would just seem very kind of thrown together or whatever. But it looked cool. I liked it. So I liked how the little Buddha is like holding the stuff there. This one was 49 cents. I was excited about this. This is kind of like one of those records that, you know, you find and it's like you know it's good, and then it just turns out to be even better. This is actually going for a couple of bucks on Discogs, but this is the original folk blues, Lightning Hopkins, a legend in his own time. It's on United, which is pretty cool. So it's sort of, you know, Lightning Hopkins is sort of electric blues, kind of like a, you know, Sunhouse, kind of the way styling that he played, like a, you know, like a double finger picking thing. So it's cool just to kind of see these things on the back here. But, you know, it's like one of those things, you know, you're looking through all of these records that are just complete garbage, and then, you know, you find something like that. So that was sweet. This was also at the same location for 49 cents. This is A Night at the Dixieland Hall, Dixieland. Albert Papa French and his New Orleans Jazz Band. So this was pretty sweet. You know, in music, you know, it's, you know, for me, you shouldn't. I don't like to listen to one certain type of music or specific type of music. It's important that you listen. You know, you have a broad variety of tastes. So this, you know, has some autographs. Papa French there. Dixieland music. So this is really cool. This was One Doll Hair. This, of course, is Exotica by Martin Denny. This is the first one, which I think Chris over at Dixieland Farm, not plural, farm. I think this came out in like 56, I want to say. But, you know, this pretty much spawned an entire genre of music. So, you know, I think it's important in any collection. And the cover was just super clean. It's like a later pressing. It's not like the original Liberty ones would be like on a sort of like a bluish label, but this is sort of like the 60s one. But again, for like a clean copy for $1, why not, right? So I was just listening to this one. This is great. But, you know, Martin Denny, I don't know if we should even go into this, but again, music can transport you to a different, it's, you know, you're basically traveling through, you know, to different locations and things like that with this. But, you know, some of the dudes that were on here, like Arthur Lyman, who's pretty much is like, you know, the king of lounge music. He plays on this. And then, you know, another thing I think is worth mentioning, like Julius Wechter, who went on to be in the Baja Marimba Band, you know, whatever, you don't care. He also, you know, he hooked up with Martin Denny afterwards. But, you know, this is a pretty monumental album, I would say, in music. You know, 1956, 57 is sort of when, you know, music really changed for what we see it today. You know, after that there was Alley Oop and the Hollywood Argyles, all that good stuff. So, hey, 15 minutes. Here we go. I haven't seen this before. Memphis Jim, if you're out there, if you're still watching 15 minutes in, this is the Siegel Schwall Band. Sleepy Hollow. Jim, I know you're a big Corky Siegel fan. If you don't have this, let me know. I mean, it's a little banged up, but you know, for $2. Oh, did I? I didn't put that on the calculating it out here. I'm at $30 right now. This is a great one. sounds good. I like the, it's, I think one of their later ones, I won't even say, 1972, this came out on wooden nickel. So kind of towards the very end of the whole, I think they had made about 3 albums after this, I want to say. So, very cool. And then the last one, this was $2. So $32 plus tax, plus 6% sales tax. This is Tonio Carlos Jobim. So I actually had this on CD from a really long time ago, but $2 for this. I didn't have it, and then when I got home and I was sort of cleaning out this stuff, it appears to be autographed. I can't really confirm that's his signature or not. It sure looks like it though. That looks like Antonio to me. So yeah, this is great. So you may know him from the Getz and Gilberto album. So fun stuff. So that's it. So hope you have a great week. Smacking down the records on the floor. We'll see you on down the trail.